Everyday Peoples, what's up? I'm here with an interesting individual, and I think he has something very interesting to offer some interesting people in society. So tell Everyday Peoples your name and what it is that you do.
My name is Keith Marino. I'm the owner and operator of Got Bail, Bail Bonds here in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Define a bail bondsman role for people that don't know, because I don't really know myself.
All right, as a bail bondsman in the state of New Jersey, what we offer to people in plain words is freedom. In the event a family or loved one is arrested or taken into custody, we can offer you payment plans to get them out. What we do is we post a bond for 10% of what the bond is valued at, and within a few hours your loved one is released. And we also do immigration bonds for any family or loved ones that is here illegally and is working on their citizenship. We can also post those bails for you within hours.
That's a good look. So you like the modern day Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, you know, we try to provide a service to the community because unfortunately, you know, it's needed. A lot of people don't know that you don't have to be in a bad neighborhood to need a bondsman. You could be driving, coming from a party, be pulled over, and now you're under arrest for, you know, drinking and driving, or maybe you didn't realize your insurance was expired. You're driving on the revoked list. You will be taken into custody for things like that. A lot of times people have warrants for tickets they don't know about, and what ends up happening is that they run their plate, they're wanted, they get placed in custody, they need a bondsman. A lot of times the families don't have the full amount of bail to post. So they'll contact a bondsman, and again, for 10%, you get an immediate release once you sign the bail application and the bail is approved.
So let me ask you a question, because, well, I want to say something first. There are situations where I've actually seen people get pulled over and not even know they had a warrant for their arrest, or a bench for it, that's what they call it. And, you know, that's it, they're gone, you know what I mean? And it's like crazy, because it's like, how did you not know, and why you didn't even handle it? But that's another story for another day. My question for you now is, have you ever had to go out and find someone who jumped bail?
Oh, absolutely. On average, 1% of our bonds that we write will miss court, whether it's because they moved, they didn't get the court notice, or they simply just don't want to go. So we have to gear up. We're about 6 of us go out, and most of the time we've been successful. And actually recently, we apprehended a gentleman in Plainfield, New Jersey. He was out on a $200,000 bond. He failed to appear for sentencing because he was facing 5 years. And the way we actually caught him was we got a tip that he would be picking up a prescription at a doctor's office. So we sat out, did surveillance, and sure enough, he tried to pick up that prescription. And we took him into custody without any issues, and he's now being lodged at the Union County Jail.
Wow, nice. That's pretty slick, man. I would think something like that we had to pull them out, kicking and screaming like little kids, you know?
Sometimes you do, but for the most part, the element of surprise and the quicker you are handcuffing them, everything usually goes smooth. Most of the time, they realize they're caught, they just give up.
So what happens if you can't find them? Is there a time limit or anything of that nature?
Absolutely. In the state of New Jersey, you have 75 days to apprehend the fugitive. If you don't, the court's going to require that you pay on demand the full amount of the bond you posted. If you don't pay that bond within 30 days, the state of New Jersey will put you on the preclusion list, and you will no longer be able to write bail in the state of Jersey.
Permanently, or a probationary period?
Permanently, until the debt is paid.
So you got to get on your hustle.
Yes, sir. The first 48, you got to get them.
First 48.
Yeah.
Hey, so, you know, with all that in mind, when did you decide to start this venture, and what were you doing before for income?
Yeah, I started Got Bail in late 2008 after I was terminated from a job I had in a flooring company. I knew flooring, I knew carpet, ceramic, anything that had to do with home improvement, I pretty much could help you out with, but I needed work, and a friend of mine, is actually a cousin now, through marriage, he was a bail bondsman, and he called me to purchase carpet. So I went to his home, and I kind of liked the way he was living, and I saw, what looked good to me at the time, and I asked him about bail bonds, of course, after I sold him the carpet. And he explained it to me. He said, you can make $300 a week, or you can make $3,000 a week. It depends how much you're going to hustle. If you want to get out there and work really hard and, again, be available 24 hours a day, you're going to make good money and you'll be very successful in this business. So shortly after that, I created the corporation, and here we are in 2012, 4 years later, and so far so good.
When I found out my husband had been arrested, I was overwhelmed and I felt helpless. I knew we needed help, so I called Got Bail Bail Bonds right away. They were here in minutes and explained everything to me. Got Bail walked me through the whole process. I was so embarrassed and confused, but I'm so glad I knew who to call. Got Bail was professional, fast, and, most importantly, completely confidential.
No one expects to be arrested, but when it happens, rely on Got Bail 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
What's the limit of a bond that you could post?
My personal authority is $100,000. If I have any bond over $100,000, I would contact my insurance company, and I'd send them a copy of the application. As what we like to call, we would pitch the bail to them. They would also underwrite the bail. If it was approved, we could post any bond up to any amount anywhere in the United States.
Oh, that's part of my next question. I was going to ask you, do you have any jurisdictions prohibiting you to get clients outside of New Jersey?
We can post bonds anywhere in the state of New Jersey. Sometimes our own clients here are out on vacation or doing a business trip, if you will, and they get arrested in another state. Bail USA, who's the managing partner with Seneca, has agents across the United States, so I can literally get a bond posted in hours.
Wow,
anywhere in the United States.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
So I need your card when I leave, before I leave, so just in case, because I might be driving down the road one day and realize I have a warrant.
Yeah, and it's actually better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Exactly. What kind of clientele have you worked with? I'm pretty sure it's quite a colorful canvas of work.
Yeah, we've had your average guy to your big dog drug dealer. We've had accused cop killers. We've had money launderers. You name it, we'll come across it. It could be anybody. Again, it can happen to anyone. You just never know.
So if you can, if possible, tell us about your biggest case.
My biggest case, actually, I'll show you if you want to take a look.
Sure.
All right, so I wanted to show you some of the big cases I worked on if you want to follow me. Any big cases that I've had, I always put them up here because in a sense it's a symbol of accomplishment. You recognize from powerful attorneys that take on these cases, and you want to be the guy they can call and say, listen, I've got one of my clients in trouble. I need you to come through and I need you to take care of this for me. So, I've had, $1 million in the Federal Child Nutrition Program, which most of us know as WIC. We had someone making vouchers, and he made over $1 million doing this scam. I've bailed out TSA screeners that work in Newark Airport, being in the middle of a drug bust in Newark, New Jersey.
I heard about a situation like that earlier.
Yeah, that was most recent. I've had parole officers muscling parolees for Percocets to support their own habits. Things like that happened. We had a couple of suspects rounded up, but I'm going to leave that alone. This is some other prescriptions. We've also had police officers. In fact, this guy here, he set his car on fire for insurance money and was later arrested for insurance fraud and forced to resign from the police department.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting business, especially when you get what we like to call high-profile clients. It kind of makes you feel like you're on the map. You're doing what you got to do, and people are recognizing you for your service. And again, all these people are innocent until proven guilty. So,
correct.
We can't bail out the guilty. We're going to bail out the innocent people while they're waiting for their trial. And as long as they go to court, they won't have to see my face.
Okay. Go to court. All right, so where do you find your passion to keep going on with this?
My passion is basically, in short, helping people. Although it is financial gain involved. I really like to help people, especially, the mom who's never been through this before, or, for families where they know that their loved one was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and sometimes you got to sit out there for hours at that jail to get that person released, but that's something we do. And at the end of the day, when that family tells you thank you, you know you've done something good.
Yeah, I understand. That could be very emotional.
Absolutely.
For them.
It's an emotional time for them. It's very mysterious for them because most people just don't understand the process.
It's complicated.
Absolutely.
What advice do you have for people committing criminal acts out here? Because summertime's coming.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I wouldn't give them any advice. I'd say thank you and crime pays.
What advice do you have for people choosing this as a business move?
I would definitely say it is a good business move. You just have to be careful because the best way I could put it is you're one bad bail from being out of business. Meaning if you write a $100,000 bond and you don't have the funds to cover it, if that person decides to skip or leave the country, you're going to be out of business. So just be wise in your decision making. Underwrite your bails the best way possible, and if you're not sure about it, don't do it.
Is there any way, like, let's say for instance, the client in question doesn't really have the money to offer you, can they like put their car up for like a collateral or their house or something of that nature?
Yeah, most of the time we won't take a car because me personally, I won't take it because it costs money to maintain it. However, if you do have real property, also known as a house, we would take that as collateral. And depending on your credit history and how many co-signers you have, we can offer you a payment plan.
All right, you heard it. You heard it, everyday peoples. For the the broke ones, or the ones on the budget. Sorry, not broke. All right, so tell the everyday peoples how to contact you.
You can call me at 908-994-9500. You can Google Got Bail NJ, or you can visit us on the web at gotbailnj.com.
Everyday peoples, Keith Marino. Got Bail?
Yes, sir. All day, every day.
All right, we out.